So this one might ruffle some feathers when it comes to running and a Garmin watch, and what all the data means. I know very little, but I do know a little bit from my own experience. And one of the things I'm noticing is a trend of when you have a Forerunner, whatever model, I don't even know. I have the 965, I believe. So one of the higher ones. And before that, I had the Venue, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what I had before. So it gave me very limited data on running, and a few other things were missing. But anyway, on this Garmin that I have, it is giving me a performance score on most of my runs. So every once in a while it glitches and doesn't give me the performance. So what that says is it's usually about a kilometer into the run. It's supposed to be within 6 to 20 minutes. This is what I looked up. It gives you a performance score. So if you're out and you start your run and you get to the 6 to maybe 10 minute mark, it's usually where mine falls, closer to 8 minutes, it'll tell you whether you are at 0 or if you're at a positive number. And I've seen mine as high as +6. Or at a negative number, and I think I've seen mine as low as maybe -5. I can't remember. I can look back on the data. But anyway, I kind of thought that plus meant good, minus meant bad, and 0 meant nothing's changing, which is kind of discouraging too. But I'm looking now, because I've been on a plus trend for at least 3 weeks now, every single run. But before that, for many weeks, I was on minus performance. So every time I did a run, it was -3, -2, -1, -5, whatever it was. And then it started coming up to 0, and now it's been +2, +1, +5, +6, that's the highest I've gotten, plus whatever. So, and I just thought, oh good, I'm on a good trend here. And it generally does mean that. Basically, when it comes down to it, from what I've researched and read, it just means that you are well rested and you are ready for whatever run you're going to be on. So if it's saying 0, you're right where you should be and to stay on the same track that you're already on. If you're seeing minus numbers, it means you're probably not recovered well enough. You might be fatigued. You're not ready for the run that Garmin is suggesting, or even the run that you're just doing. I find that it will give me those scores when I use the suggested run from Garmin, which is not available on that Venue. It's only available on the Forerunners. And it is also available when you do the Garmin coaching plans. There's 5K, 10K, and half marathons. So it will give you performance scores for that. So I've found that when it gives you a plus score, that means that you are ready for that run, you're well recovered, and your performance is kind of even stronger than expected, or it's gaining performance, like you're getting better during the run. So if you're getting a minus score, it means you might need more time off in between and more rest and recovery, because you're not able to keep up with whatever it is that you're doing, and it could be putting you back even further. It doesn't mean you're running too easy for what the run said, and so it's giving you a minus score. It means you're not ready to do that run, whatever it is, even if it's a recovery run. I did find, because this watch also gives me HRV, which is heart rate variability, and that's a really important score, and I'm not going to go into the details on it because I'll mess it up. You can look it up yourself on Garmin. But basically, if you are in a balanced range, that means you're doing great, you're recovering well, you are ready for whatever exercise is coming up, and you should be able to recover really well after. It usually is in a good range if you're getting good rest at night. If you're starting to see it go down, like mine went down into unbalanced, they went down into like dangerous zone, whatever that is, red, it shows red, totally unbalanced. And that just meant that my sleeping was no good at night. It was not allowing me to recover. I was doing too many hard runs, and that affected my performance. So those are some things to keep in mind when you're looking at the performance scores on the Garmin watch. Now that I've had great sleep, my diet is doing really well, even though I'm, cut lots of carbs, almost all the carbs out of my diet for the last over 100 days. So my diet actually did affect all that HRV, and now it's come up and I'm doing really well. Performance is going really well. I hope this doesn't change now that I've talked about it out loud. But so now that my diet is settled out, I'm fat adapted. I know that I'm fat adapted. I am finding my performance is going up every single run. My HRV is settled and my sleep is really, really good at night. So, I mean, there's a few stages where it can go out of whack because of stress, because I've had a lot of stress in my family again here. And so it has affected my sleep. There's been like lots of sleepless nights. And so I didn't get the rest that I needed, but just getting out in nature and running has helped me to stay sane. It's helped me to stay healthy as I can, my mental state. And it's something I can control. I can't control a lot of outside stuff, but I can control what I do with what I've got, with the energy that I have each day. So I hope that helps.